How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Sketchy Jeep here. Today we are doing an install of some items that fellow enthusiasts on a Facebook forum or page put together. It's kind of like a replacement phone mount slash GoPro mount that mounts on top of your dash. Rick Nafels, he put it together, including RAM mounts, tracks, and everything. And it turned out to be really inexpensive for what you are getting. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So for my phone solution, prior to getting ready to install this mount, I was using a GoPro setup mounted right here, and I used a tripod mount along with like a little arm to hold a phone. And the issue with that was for a couple of weeks it was doing pretty good, but the weight of the phone bouncing around as I'm driving around hitting bumps caused the adhesive on the bottom to peel off, and it just started coming up. For my GoPro, this is still usable, but this little contraption right here shakes a lot, so my footage would be almost unusable. So here is what we are installing. As you can see, it's a few RAM mounts, one right here, and a few other 1-inch balls and some arms mounted on a track, and that's going to go right on top of the dash. And I'm not going to say any other brands, but there are other brands that have something very similar. This turned out to be super cheap. I think I got all of this when it was all said and done for under 80-90 bucks. So here's it just sitting in the slot right now. The track is the perfect width or length to fit in here. It's a 9-inch track. And I'm going to have all the description or all the items linked in the description below on what I used to build this. So usually what people are doing is they're removing the entire panel, including the AC mount or the AC controls, to get under here to make sure they don't drill into their head unit. But this wouldn't be a sketchy video if everything went safely, right? So what I'm gonna do, being super lazy because the sun's about to set and I want to shoot this with adequate lighting, is I'm gonna drill with the head unit installed. But my plan is I'm gonna use a screw. And the reason why I'm going to drill with the head unit installed is because my drill is way too big to fit and screw into here without hitting the glass and coming in at an angle. So I have a smaller drill that I'm going to use. I'm going to put a little self-tapping screw in these holes, and I'm going to drill into these holes, and I'm going to have a tape set at a particular depth so I don't drill too far to the length of the actual screws that's being installed to hold this. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So what I have right here is a self-tapping screw that I just found in my garage that I made sure was smaller in width than the actual screw that is going to mount the track to the dashboard. And I made sure that I put a tape on there that is showing me where to stop as far as the length goes for the mounting screw. And this pretty much ensures that I don't have to remove my radio, because this is the length of this screw right here. And other personnel that installed this using that Facebook post say that this screw was nowhere close to hitting the dash. So I should be good right there. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to eyeball this, make sure everything is centered up. And I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to screw all 10 holes on the little plastic thing that's on the dash, and then I'm going to sit this into the dash and drill through those holes into the actual dash itself. Now all I did was place a piece of wood under here to make sure I don't drill into the bed. You know what, I'm going to keep these 2 screws mounted like this, and I'm going to drop this into the dashboard, and I'm going to drill the rest of them right through the panel and install the screws. All right, so I just took the screw and I drilled out all 10 holes. Then I went behind and just installed the rest of the screws, the actual mounting screws themselves. So now it's time to put in the mounts and see if they work. So I already installed the first 1-inch ball. It's real simple to install the other ones. You just line up the track with the slot, slide it in there, and then turn it clockwise, put it wherever you want it until it's tightened. Next, you grab your first arm. You can just go ahead, fit it over the ball, put your other attachment in there, loosen it as necessary, and tighten down. Put in my GoPro attachment. There's a GoPro attachment. Same thing, put it in. Already got the phone grip on. Tighten it down. And there's the phone grip. You can move it around a little bit as necessary. And that's everything installed. And of course you can move it around, make adjustments. Get everything where you need it. If I need my GoPro facing in the front, just go around, make my adjustments as necessary. All right, so the last thing to do after the install is to make sure that the head unit works. Make sure I didn't drill too far into anything, so let's find out. All right, so everything looks to be working. All right, so this last bit is being recorded on the mount that I just installed on the GoPro that's attached, and like I said, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Everything is nice and sturdy. The GoPro is nice and sturdy. Being able to turn it around and look forward, look at me if need be, is a benefit. So I'm glad I installed it again. The link for everything is going to be in the description of this video. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all have a nice one.